Welcome to the Panic Room, where we talk about all things panic-inducing. I am the Queen of Panic. Warning, some episodes may contain content that may be disturbing to others. Viewer discretion is advised. Now let the games begin. They were pretty. Our city hadn't had fireflies since before I was born. My mother talked about them and how they would light up the backyard in the summer evenings. She loved the warm yellow glow of them. She looked like she had more to say, but thought better of it. So imagine my joy when I caught one in a jar. I was so proud to show her. Its cool blue light flickering in the dark. The forest was quiet that night. That should have been my clue that something was off. My mother freaked when I showed her. You could imagine my confusion when she snatched the jar out of my hand and threw it back into the woods. Confusion turning to concern when she closed all the windows. It was going to get muggy in here, but whatever, I guess. I stopped her when she started to duct tape the edges of the windows. She just grabbed the tape back and kept sealing all the windows. Told me it was for my own good. She was really freaking me out now. I had half a mind to call my father to come home early, since she'd never acted like this before. Before I could explain the full story, though, she'd grabbed the phone from my hand, told my father to stay at work, and turned to me absolutely furious. She screamed at me. Shocked, I just went to my room and locked the door behind me. I only seen her raise her voice about maybe 3 times in my life. She always told me that once yelling is involved, you've lost. I could hear her and the ripping of tape all evening. Well, if she's going to act crazy, I wasn't sticking around. I snuck out the window that night. That was not the move. I was talking on the phone with my friend about the whole weird situation when I spotted another one. A pale blue firefly. Then I saw another one. There were a bunch out here all of a sudden. I was mesmerized. One even landed on my finger. I was staring at it in wonder, as I've never seen one in real life before. Then it bit me. I quickly shook the thing off of me. It really stung, too. My friend on the other line asked me what happened.
Fireflies don't bite.
Well, something glowing in blue just bit me.
We don't have the blue kind in this region.
I should have gone home. Instead, I went over to my friend's place. When I arrived, he let me in and asked me what in the hell I was on about. I explained the whole situation and showed him the bite on my finger. We were looking up what it might be and arrived at the conclusion that a different bug must have stung me or something while I was staring at the firefly. I mean, climate change could explain what the blue ones were doing so far north. The whole time, my friend's little sister was asking us what we were doing. She eventually gave up and went to play in the backyard. We lived in a very safe area, so we didn't think anything of it. That's when my mother called. She was furious at me for leaving and demanded to know where I'd gone. When I told her I was at a friend's, she said she was on her way to come and get me. I told her I would walk back when she chilled the hell out. She was really freaking me out with this whole firefly thing. While I was on this call, my friend called out to me. His sister wasn't in the yard. I told my mom that I'd call her back since my friend's sister appeared to have wandered off. She was yelling at me again not to go outside, but I hung up. It was starting to really get dark out, so I turned my phone flashlight on and headed out the back to help look. I remembered there was a swing set off the little trail in the woods near their place. I was a little hesitant to check it, though. At the time, I chalked it up to my mother's freak out getting to me. I told myself to stop being a baby and go check. It was really quiet, so she might have fallen off the swing set and gotten hurt. I picked up my pace. I heard crying. I started running. Nothing could have prepared me for what I saw next. His little sister was at the swing set, but cowered in fear from another kid. I ran up ready to give this boy an earful for scaring my friend's sister, but the words caught in my throat when the boy turned to face me. He looked completely normal, except for where his eyes would be. Instead, he had those weird, cool blue fireflies. They were flickering and floating in and out of his empty eyes. The boy was seemingly unbothered by this. I just stood there, frozen. It was my friend coming up behind me who snapped me out of it. He had no reservations about screaming. That was also not the move. We heard rustling in the trees, and the whole forest lit up. It would have been gorgeous if not for what I was seeing in front of me. At that point, my friend shoved this other kid to the ground, picked up his sister, and started running. When his hand made contact, the boy collapsed to the ground as a swarm of fireflies all dispersed from his eyes and from under his clothes. All along the path back, we were swarmed by those fireflies. They were biting us. As we ran and screamed and swatted at them, we heard a long honk from a car. It was my mom.
Close your eyes and breathe out.
I didn't hesitate. I didn't even think. I just did it. Next thing I know, we're being doused in some kind of spray and being thrown to the back of the car. My friend and his sister stayed the night at our place. We didn't sleep a wink that night. Those awful little bugs were all over the trees outside. My friend and his sister were picked up the next morning. I wasn't willing to see them off outside. They understood. I asked her that afternoon what the actual hell those things were.
I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't think I'll ever get an answer. I just know they aren't fireflies.
As for what she sprayed us with, it was DEET. It's been years since that horrible night. I've not seen those things again since, but I still carry bug spray with me in my backpack wherever I go. I'm currently camping with a few friends.
Oh, check that out! I had never seen a blue firefly before.
If you have any stories that you would like to see narrated here on the channel, please go into the subreddit and submit them there. The link is in the description. Also, we do have a Discord now. Thank you so much to Creepy Clown Girl for putting it together for us. You can come hang out with me and other narrators and get the party started, get spooky with us. That link is also in the description as well. And last but certainly not least, I wanted to introduce the King of Panic. We have a lot of brand new content coming soon with him in it. He is very talented. He does not have his own channel. He just kind of wants to be a part of this. So if you would like to hear from him once you start and you like his voice, stay tuned here. And as always, thank you for visiting the Panic Room. You have successfully made it to the next portion of your tour. Please stay tuned for your next prompt. Click the like button and subscribe to receive notifications for when the next portion of your tour is ready to join. Thank you for watching. Don't let the panic drown you.